Okay, it's not okay.
It's not okay. Oh,
Now it's okay.
ah!
Hello and welcome to Heroes and Generals live Devstream. This is episode number 62, live from Copenhagen. I'm Rito Gargamel, and with me is Rito Redbjarne, the game director.
Hello.
And today we will be talking a little bit about the coming Bauer update. That's the name we gave to the next update of the game.
Because they make awesome ice skates.
Yes, Bauer.
Yeah.
Or of course because of Jack Bauer. My fellow Canadian. But no, it's because of this guy. If we can show in a second. Ludwig Bauer, who survived the war, by the way. Ritterkreuz des Eisernes Kreuzes, and he's basically a guy who survived 9 of his tanks being blown up. Wow, it's just there's no other one. So we decided to name the update after him for mysterious reasons, which will become less mysterious later.
Oh yeah.
Eventually. So this being said, we
will expose our random name picker generator.
Yes,
to the public.
The random name picker. I want to show this this thing again on the forums. So as usual, I'll go through my housekeeping info, basically by mentioning again that we have this fantastic thread you can go and visit on the forum if you have questions about features you think should be in the game, and you're wondering why don't we have bipods yet. So the answer is probably in that thread.
Yeah, but also the why do this work this way? I want it to work this way.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's just like we decided it should work this way, and that's how it's going to stay, at least until we something shows up that we should change something. So it's just also to give like our answers to often asked questions, to avoid long threads on the forums about stuff that has already been answered. So obviously you veterans who are watching this, if you see new players asking these questions, always try to just point them to this list and say, go read this stuff before you start answering questions. We'll obviously try and address as much as possible. And if the question is not answered there, then it makes sense for us to address it if it is a answerable question. So.
Yep. And there's I almost forgot about that one. Very interesting new development. We are launching a new experts group on World War II. So if you're any kind of World War II expert, we would love for you to provide your know-how. And that is, or it's not know-how, it's more like knowledge. No,
it's actually we are looking for some. We know there's plenty of you guys out there who has like a very deep understanding and knowledge about the historical facts about World War II, and would just like to pull that stuff in before we release new stuff, because obviously from in here we try and research as much as we can before we put new things in the game, new vehicles and weapons and stuff, and once in a while we end up having something that's actually wrong or something that was not researched thoroughly. So we are looking into building a sort of like a little expert group that we can put in, we are thinking of putting this weapon or vehicle or this change into the game or this map or whatever. What is your knowledge about this? Is it?
If you're like a historian, you work in a
for example,
museum.
I think it's not that difficult to find stuff about the German stuff. It's like easy all over the place.
Yeah.
It really is. It's
the Soviets, right?
So American stuff is also fairly easy. A little bit different because everything is M something number. So everything is hard to you have to Google something else in order to get those. But all the American manuals are obviously out there and you can find them, and it's not that difficult. But the Soviet stuff, obviously written in Russian and with Cyrillic letters and stuff, so it actually makes it pretty hard for us to find info we can sort of like rely on. On top of that, it seems like I've actually tried to dig fairly deep on some of the info, and sometimes you hit this this wall where you go down this, this is great, and then suddenly somebody comes up and says, this is not true. This is Soviet propaganda. For example, you just go, what the? I just need this. Can it just be true? And then it just goes into at that point, it would be nice to have some for example, some Russian-speaking expert out there that would say, no, this is not like this. Or I can actually. I had this incident with I was researching the Russian or the Soviet LMG.
The AVS?
No.
The DP-28?
No, I actually forgot what it's called. Let's see if the guys here can
it's not yet in the game, you mean?
It's not in the game. No, it would be. Right. It would actually fit the game perfectly for being like an N-tier LMG for the Soviets. And it was actually manufactured in 1943, I think, but it was never fielded in the war. So it entered the service like in the 50s or something. But at some point, I found some evidence that it actually was used. It existed and used in some battles and stuff. And it was in the forum. It's weird. I was like. It was used Google Translate to get to Russian forums, and the forum thread just ended in this guy had gone to like a war museum in Moscow to check up on this stuff, and he found some papers in the document and stuff. He goes, yes, this is correct. And then there was a custodian walking up to him and looking at these papers, and he said, oh, does it say this? It was used. No. And then he looked at the official papers and no, this is propaganda stuff.
Propaganda.
this is not true. And then he was like, so when I read this, I go, oh, please. Wish I hadn't read the last part of it. But
so it wasn't true that it was ready in 43?
Apparently not. I don't know. But again, a Russian-speaking person would be far better at looking for these things than I am.
Basically, so maybe more knowledgeable in terms of what was available in Russia at the time, or
exactly. But also, if you can get a few more guys in that are really interested in taking this research stuff serious, so we can cross-reference stuff, and also I would like it to be the representatives from all the different factions, so we can challenge different findings. Because there's also a thing about, for example, the penetration values of tanks and stuff. Those numbers are also hard to trust in if they are. If the numbers come from during the war, they are probably
exaggerated.
Propaganda. Then there's all sorts of stuff about you capture a tank and you fire at some metal and you measure. Okay, this gun can penetrate this and this. For example, the German tanks, especially in like mid-war, starting war, the steel was just such high quality compared to, sorry to say, the Soviet steel was actually a lot, or it varied a lot in quality. So the numbers also a bit not exact. So it'd just be nice to get some of those facts straight. And when we put something out into the game, it would be nice to have somebody who actually could back up on the claims that this is actually we did do our research and this is how it is. Or if we actually diverge from the historical facts, we can say we did it because of this game-related argument.
But so the important nugget of information here is there is somebody who's in charge of that. It's Ritos Sirsinus. So if he's our forum moderator and also community assistant. So if you have any kind of expertise in World War II, you're welcome to contact Sirsinus via private message on the forum, or I think also he's on TeamSpeak sometimes.
He is on TeamSpeak sometimes.
Yes, yeah. Well, so if you actually, yes, he is. That's the next item. So if you want to talk to Sirsinus, for example, he will be. I guess that will be more like a private event. But if you're part of Clan Fubar, Sirsinus will be visiting Clan Fubar's TeamSpeak starting 8 p.m. tonight. 8 p.m. Central Europe. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's the equivalent of 5 a.m. Central European Time tomorrow morning. Well,
it's in the scroll bar as well.
So, but he will be getting up early, so to talk to the what.
I just need to. I remembered what the Soviet LMG was. Is the RPG.
No, it's called something else, right? RPG's isn't that the?
No, it's called RPD.
RPD.
It's you see, it's widely used now, especially in the Middle East. There you go.
Let's look at it.
This one. I think it's cool.
This one?
Yeah, I really love to have that in the game. So obviously,
there it is.
So it's just
Soviet RPD. Yeah. It looks very cool. But this like bit here looks very.
It's a grip, obviously. Just go.
It looks like like just a handle for a butcher's cleaver. Pretty nice. So we have to reorganize our little cue card here. So the next thing we want to, I said we would reveal some things about the next update. I think we should start with that, right?
I don't.
Or you wanna do something else first?
Yeah. Where did we got to this and this one?
Oh yeah, we have to talk about that.
Yeah. Sorry, we are working a little bit with a new format here, and we're trying to find our legs in this.
So where was it? It was in here. I'm just gonna go to. It's the first headline on our news blog. So 7 million players, 7 million registered accounts since the 2000. When did we go into open beta? That was 2013, right? I guess, but people were playing since before. Anyway, there was we reached 7 million as a milestone, and we are celebrating with a voucher this weekend. It's already, I think, valid right now. And when does it start? Does it say? Wait, I'm just going to go in there and read at the bottom. Well, it's funny, it doesn't say. But the voucher is good until Tuesday. But I think it's already valid right now. So if you type 7 as a voucher code, you will get a free veteran membership for 3 days.
Yeah, this weekend.
This weekend.
Go crazy.
And you can redeem it right now. I think. I assume because I mean it's.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It only says it ends until it's valid until Tuesday. So that's for the special event this weekend.
No, I think we should just go with the original plan.
With the original plan?
Yeah. We just before we went live, we discussed if we should switch some of the things around. But I think we should just go with the original plan and see how it works out. So
which is to take questions from the forum.
Nope. Yes. Exactly.
So
we already took questions from the forum.
Yes.
Now we're going to answer them.
That's official. So we, as we do every update, we gathered questions from our forum. We had a forum thread that was open throughout the week. So I will try to not always take questions from the same guy. So the first one would be OC Ludwig. He's saying, are you planning to add more skins for tanks and vehicles? Actually, he's got a list of questions.
That's one of those 5 questions in one.
5 questions in one? Well, let's indulge him and let's do it. So, more skins for vehicles.
Yes, they are coming. I think I've explained a little bit about that before. It's some of our vehicles, the vehicle models are very old, and we've sort of added them along the way, and some of them is actually has to be sort of like upgraded a bit from the technical point of view in order to make the correct camouflage schemes or something, paint schemes for them. So it's sort of like which vehicle should we pick next to fix up, and what camouflage scheme should we put onto it. So gradually we will add them to all the vehicles. So yes, we don't stop where we are now.
Next one would be I'm going to do all these guys, all of the questions that this guy fielded, and then we'll. So, is there any progress on fixing the Panzerschreck's Schürzen, which is the skirts?
The skirt box, with the damage.
Because apparently it gets stuck.
It can get stuck in trees. I haven't I know that the
Never seen
QA
it.
guys
Yeah.
tell me it's there, so it probably is there. The guys who are working with the vehicles say it's we're looking into it. It's something that is getting fixed when we sort of like get to that vehicle. It's again the vehicles are it's not that we just say, oh, this bug, we need to fix this. Bugs are always prioritized. So
And he's got another one like that. He says his headset's inability to climb uphill going to be revised. Again, that's
I think that's also one of those technical questions where when you get into, obviously we are implementing now a new physics model for an upgraded physics model for the vehicles. You already saw that our Jeeps and motorcycles are getting better, but the trouble with that is it's not that you can just push a button and then everything is better. You have to actually take the vehicle into the game or into our editor, and you have to start tweaking the values again. There's tons of values for setting up a physics system, like a tank with traction, all that stuff. So it actually takes some time to get around to each individual vehicle and update them. So that's why you see some things that are sort of, oh, why don't we just fix it straight away? It just takes time. So we eventually will get there, and it will get fixed. So that's a long answer for that question.
he also wants to know, are there any plans to add new buildings and items to the maps?
Yes.
It's fairly.
I'm currently going through the maps with the Adams update. We introduced sort of like a more structured way of updating the maps. I'm going through actually the older of the maps and bumping them up to this new system that enables me to actually start changing more detailed stuff without spending too much time on it. And one of my wishes with this is actually to go through the maps and actually add more buildings, add more cover for infantry, make it more fill the maps up with more structures, basically. Also, one of my other things is some of the capture zones, for example, are super exposed, really hard to get to, and really easy to hit with, for example, high explosives shells and stuff. So I will probably go in and take some of those and just add houses and buildings around it instead, to make it more difficult and actually easier to capture, which would obviously hopefully have that effect that you cannot just like camp as a spawn point. You would actually have to, if the enemy captures it, gets in there, you have to go in there to get them out, because they're in cover when they're inside the capture area. And we have a few capture areas where you're just too exposed. They're too easy to hold. So that's kind of like my thinking behind going through it. But that actually, it's again, some of our data files are very old, so when you open them up, you just go, well, stuff just explodes. So it has to be taken with a little care.
All right. The next player asking you a question is Ivan QFF. When will you add character customization, and when will you add better camo for the US and Soviet infantry?
We're working on it. What is the thing? When will you add character customization?
I guess he means,
headgear
and all that.
Headgear and different uniforms and stuff.
Yeah.
That has actually been worked on. It's a bit more complicated to switch uniforms and stuff than actually just switching the camos. But we're working on all that stuff. Is just feeding into the game.
Cool. Beppo 1978 is asking, do you think that having just one planned feature for an upcoming update open for the discussion on the forum might be a helpful option for you that could be called the community feature? So again, this is not really a question, it's a suggestion.
Yeah. I totally get that. It sounds like a cool idea, but also if it's something that we commit to having a community-based feature each time, it especially with the how quickly we make releases, it's sort of like it could end up being a huge 6-week disappointment for people instead, because it's not a critique of we love the communities that you guys come up with ideas and stuff, but sometimes a lot of the time, some of the ideas you have are actually fairly big and hard to implement. And we actually want to do it, because if you say, we want this and this and this in the game, you say, yeah, that's fine, but it that would be like a long-term huge feature. And I think this, in order for us to do something for each update that has been requested by the community, it has to be like smaller things that we can actually manage to do, so we don't end up just always disappointing.
Like so stuff like the community saying, why don't you just add a tanks only game mode? It's you know, that's been requested. It's like it's a new game mode.
Yeah,
it's
and that is also being looked at.
Yeah,
but it's we should not commit ourselves to actually just putting stuff in because now we said we would, because it is you could say like it's a huge system, and just piling stuff in could break stuff. So it sounds nice, and we would like to do it, but in the perfect world. But I actually think it would cause too much trouble to actually do it. So
yeah, no, it's just true that also it's a matter of saying like if you have it says for each update, that means if the community picks something that they want, they would not get it the next update. They'll get it like 2 updates down the road or whatever. You know,
it depends, and it's like it could easily be really big.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's one of those questions that I would say it's not really possible, even though we think it's a good suggestion.
So next one.
Oh, I didn't see all these.
You didn't see these ones?
No. Go to these one instead.
Okay.
We can take these if they are.
Yep.
I have to read all the questions.
To prepare a little.
Yeah, because that's
it's not improvised.
No, generally it's
it
like
looks improvised.
No, we try to pick questions from different guys, so it's just everybody gets the same questions.
This one then, which is kind of related. This Bird's on Fire is asking, Squad 2.0, is it done yet, or are you going to push it back to a later release date? Wasn't it planned for?
It was actually planned for. I think I've been talking about. I hoped it would be for the Zukov build, but I usually totally overestimate how quickly stuff can be done. And I think the squad system has been one of those features where you just go.
It's major.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think I've said it before that you say, oh, this is a small feature. Just have to put players together and put them into the game. But then you suddenly go, then I also need there has to be some UI. There has to be some matchmaking. There has to be UI in the action game. And there's also the squad leader stuff. And there's like tons of stuff. Suddenly you go, whoa, fuck this. There's a whole range of stuff that we need to fix. So it has ended up being like a major feature from being we're just going to do this in 2 builds. It's going to be ready. Now it's just taking forever
because it affects everything else.
It does actually affect everything, and it changes the flow of the game.
Yeah,
and it changes a lot of stuff. It's nearly there. It's actually it's in a state now where we are starting to look into having some you could say focus groups players looking, but it's like internally having internally people in here playing experience.
Because we need a lot of players.
Just to give us initial feedback of does this even work? Yeah. So it's not a public test, but it's just to give them some, because it does change it does change the game, I would say. So far, what I've seen
we could maybe do a little recap of what it is. I'm thinking, because I just read the questions like Squad 2.0. Not, I think everybody who's watching has heard of it.
Yeah.
If we're just like in a nutshell, what is it?
In a nutshell, the squad system is obviously it's a squad system where it puts players together so they can play together. But we've taken a little bit step further, where we actually base the entire flow of how you get into the game on a squad. So we put you on a squad, and you have to, instead of you opting in, usually you would be, I need to go into a squad, you will be put in a squad. And if you don't want to be in a squad, you have to leave. It's kind of like going in the other direction than most other games do. except for I think Left 4 Dead is a good example of a multiplayer game, or like at least a co-op game that puts you in a squad and you have to be in a squad to play.
Or again, I think PlanetSide does that.
I think they also do it. Yeah,
you have to be in a squad.
Yeah. And that's a bit different from the current setup now, where we actually we do have sort of like squads in that you spawn in assault teams, where you're actually free to go in to spawn wherever you are on the map and stuff. So our current squad system is very crude. So the idea of the new system is obviously to bring more players together. We'll see how that works, because not all players want to play together and get flamed in the chat and stuff like that. So it could produce a lot of stuff that we don't want to see, or we have to patch up afterwards. And it brings I can say the general idea is to because the game is so much more fun when you play together with a group of people that you know. It's actually makes you a lot better in the game as well if you play in a group, because you can sort of like cooperate and so lone wolfing is definitely not an advantage in the game. It is an advantage when you play in a group, and we want to sort of like emphasize that the group play. It touches on the whole squad leader functionality as well, what you can do as a squad leader. We add some more progression to it, so you get some ribbons that can to unlock some points that you can use to customize the squad that is connected to your soldier. Once your soldier reaches the NCO rank, he'll be able to form a squad where you can start to invite other soldiers into.
And NCO would be a sergeant?
Sorry?
Sergeant? What is that?
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's rank 6
or something.
Yeah. But the whole idea of this is that as obviously you gain XP for doing squads things, like protect this area, attack this, all these, go to this point, all that shit. And you unlock stuff that actually makes your squad better. You can use these points to customize the squad into, do I want more? Because we actually know that the bigger the squad, the more powerful it actually gets, because you can do more stuff at it. You get better in the game. It is actually game changing. So we have made a little twist on it that actually lets you choose between more squad members or more diversity in the squad members you have. So you can add what we would call a support slot, an extra slot in the squad that has a different class than the one you actually play. So an infantry can actually add a recon slot, for example. So it's not one that can be permanently. You
so
cannot permanently
could spawn a few times as a
no. When you join up, if there's recon resources, one of your team members can use his recon soldier if he have one.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit more of diversity in the squad system. Yeah. So there's a lot of other details. We will get to that when it's ready.
When it's ready, right?
To start showing, we'll go through all that, because that's probably going to take a few Twitch sessions to go through all the details. Yeah. But it's what I've seen so far. I like it. Yes, I think it's going to be cool. It's a bit complicated as it's now. So I'm only a bit worried that it's like information overload. And it's complex. That would be my main worry. But other than that, I think we're trying to keep the system as simple as possible. But I've seen squad systems in other games, and they are just hugely complex. So
I'm looking at.
That is not the Puma you're looking for,
That is
Mister.
not the Puma I'm looking for, right? Exactly. Well, the question was question from Torning To. Will the ex-prime minister do this? Is it this one? It's not even this one.
Nope.
No. What the hell? Which one is it?
Go to images.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that one.
I want to get out of here. Gotta get out of here.
Here you go.
We can't see it. No, I know you can't see it. That's the whole point. It's on my other screen. So
I think you need to search something else. You need to not. The IFV is not.
World War II.
Yeah. There you go.
This one.
IFV is not like a term that was used in in Second World War.
So which one? This one? No,
Yeah.
or this?
This one, maybe.
This one?
I think that's the probably command version.
Yeah, this one looks nice. What?
What was the question?
Yeah.
Is this
So the
vehicle
question
ever
is this.
going?
The question is, will the Puma ever be added as an infantry fighting vehicle? So this is the Puma. Now it's added to my screen.
It is.
It's kind of cool. It looks like the.
I think it should be added. I think it's cool, but I think it's probably a bit OP as it is now. So we need to have some more stuff that can counter it. This would be added to the recon class if it was to be added.
Because that's like a Greyhound with a bigger gun.
Yeah. It's like Germany had so many different versions of these things, and it's all cool. And obviously, we want to add all of it. We just need to do it in the right order, and make sure that we add something for the other factions as well. I've actually been looking into how to put some more recon vehicles in for the US faction and the Soviet faction as well. See if we can get them some more cool stuff to play with.
Next question is from Albrecht Ziegerman. What is your thought on adding a weapon bash pistol whip action?
Go again.
What are your thoughts on adding a
Yeah. I think it's cool. But it's sort of like falls a little bit into the category of the bayonet stab and stuff like that as well. And if you can get, I've always had trouble with this. If you can get close enough to bash people with your gun, why don't you just shoot them in the head? So it's kind of like, it's a bit. I'm still having a trouble about finding. Maybe humiliation. If there's something, if that was more emphasized, maybe it would work.
That's kind of like a.
But from an XP guy, I would definitely go for the headshot instead.
It's a more sportsman-like alternative to teabagging.
Actually, I just answered my own question here, because obviously the bashing stuff should give you a super amount of XP instead. So that would be the reason for adding that stuff.
Finish him.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Good one.
Feature confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed. Bayonet confirmed.
No.
Our animator go, no! Just tsunami of work.
Yeah, I guess we need to explain that our cameraman is also the animator, colleague. So yeah, whenever you ask, like, hey, could you have like a cool animation where the guy goes, like, yeah. We always say yes.
Put it on the list, and there's room at number 2,000. Here we go.
Oh, this is a.
Wow.
A wild Splixen appears. Can we?
Yep.
But
if you go on to the next, I'm
he's not staying. Yep. You're gonna.
It's illegal to strip here on Twitch, so
you do what you have to do.
Apparently, who would ever do that?
Like what? Why would people want to be naked on the internet? I don't understand. So. Next question is it's a long one. Let me just, and it's got like emoji in it and. All right. So Heltoriel is asking again. I would love to get the Panzerfaust 60 as an unlockable item in the shop. Maybe even if you could add other Panzerfaust variants, it would be awesome. So we're saying, what do you think about it?
I think it's cool. I've been looking into.
I can't hear you. You don't have a microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, look at that. Look at this thing. Maybe you should. Can we see it? Like.
The print is actually pretty goddamn big.
Yeah.
Wow. Or it's just my chest who is like.
It's pretty awesome. It's really cool.
So now we have something to tease the Soviet players with. If you send candy to Splixen, you might get this Soviet-themed t-shirt.
It's really awesome. It looks so mean. It just wow. Well done. And he did this, by the way. Yeah? You were teasing it, I think, on your Twitch.
On the Twitch. Yeah.
So you were doing the vector art for it. It's pretty cool. Well done.
Panzerfaust.
Panzerfaust.
I have been asked. I think we had a question about that last time as well.
Somebody was saying
Panzerfaust ribbon and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's saying how come there's no Panzerfaust ribbon?
Yeah, I've been doing a little correspondence with that guy as well, and there's some cool ideas about the Panzerfaust was produced in several different versions, but I haven't really discussed that with the weapons guy yet to see if it's possible to sort of like quickly add some more Panzerfausts and stuff. But I think it could be worth looking into. So,
getting.
Your Google skills are just not really good today.
Not today, no. I'm getting all these comic books. Well, there's a guy called Peter Panzerfaust.
Peter Panzerfaust?
Yeah. Oh, Peter Panzerfaust. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I think.
So the next one? No.
No, I think actually you're running out of time. I'm running out of time. Yeah.
Time?
Check the watch.
Oh yeah. So you're saying maybe I should.
If you should stick to the plan, we should have stopped like 10 minutes ago.
What? Did you really add up the minutes?
It says 10 minutes here.
No, but we yeah, that's true. Okay, but do you want to do the thing where we do the?
Yeah. I say you just.
Should we do this like randomly right now? Maybe that would be a good time. Okay, I'll do this.
Yeah. Do that now because I think it shouldn't be so like an in thing. It should be.
So
maybe it should be a random thing just to annoy people.
It will be random, I think.
Or random time. I mean, during the show thingy. So.
Okay, and next we have. There we go, and we say. And there we go. So what I'm doing now, I've got this. I'm gonna close this. This here, it's my Ankbot, and what I'm going to do is start it now. And everybody who just is active on the chat starting now will be eligible for a random draw. So it's a giveaway. We're going to give 500 gold. So actually, it's a command. So you have to type !gold. There you go. And at some point, I'll stop picking entries.
Wow,
Tsunami.
I think I can grab a beer.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll give it some more time to. You got good reflexes. I'm just like watching the chat and keep scrolling like that. Awesome. While we're waiting, I think is it? It's still like super busy. Wow. Okay, when it starts to kind of slow down, we're gonna call it quits. You have to only do it once, right? You can stop.
You can see the list.
After one time, you can see the list. That is true. So this is the list of people who entered the command. I mean, we got quite a lot, I think. Oh, it should be 1,000. Okay, Rune says it should be 1,000. That's who's Rune? So it's going to be 1,000 and not 500, but never mind. So are we done?
1,000. I think they're still going gold.
It's still going. Okay, but is it the same guys going over and over again? Because it's the same guys. You can stop now. I mean, your name just needs to be there once.
What?
Yeah.
Vashu. You're not gonna get any gold.
All right. I'm gonna stop it now. So, and now
nice try.
We're gonna pick a winner.
We have to time.
And the winner is Hector HFM. If you will just say anything to just show us that you're still with us. Otherwise, we're going to have to pick somebody else. So
Hector.
Come
on, Hector.
Hector HFM.
Write to us.
We're going to give it. Because there's like a little delay in the Twitch broadcast.
Rigged crazy. I've seen this before.
Good.
All right. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it
Hey!
is. Well, congratulations. So
1,000 gold.
Yes, Splixen will send you a code for 1,000 gold. And Awesome. So
Cool.
we're going to maybe
We actually did it.
do it again from time to time. This
Yeah.
little
So
giveaway.
this is going to be like the random
Yeah.
thing on the
Yeah.
time schedule. It should say random time. They're still going gold. Gold.
But it's over now.
We want gold. We want gold.
Es ist fertig. The slut nu.
This is your
This
thing.
is you.
It's not mine.
These?
No.
No?
Just the questions was 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
We
now we have
spent-
to. Yeah. So next thing.
Oh, I can go on with the question though, but let's
Yeah?
let's save something for
You
next.
want to save some? Yeah, let's save some. Okay. Next step is to show you what we can show you. Not that. This. I'm gonna shut it down. And just want to make sure that. Oh yeah, we have the fun facts also. That's true. I forgot about that. But okay, first of all, it's just I'm gonna load up a game. Where is it? Just like a skirmish.
Du want at vise t-shirt.
Hvad for noget siger du?
Du stiller op og viser t-shirten over.
Godt være det er Copenhagen Fashion Week, but no.
So very very soon we will be able to play the action game.
I'm doing the blue steel.
Blue Steel. I can't have it.
No, it's Magnum.
Is that right? Magnum. That's true.
What's
I'm loading the action game.
Okay.
Loading it carefully. For some reason, it's kind of like stalling on the last bit. Ah, there it is. There we are. I'm just gonna do this. There. So, what we changed, and it's a minor thing, but it's a big thing in a way.
Whoa.
So for some people, it's a minor thing.
It's a little big thing.
It's a little big thing. So, when you actually, I'm going to do. There. Can I do this? Yes, I can. So I'm going to be in third person to show you this. It's easier. So if I want to, well, we already, I think since I was at Zhukov, we can just go prone from running. But now
Show
you,
it from the side, maybe?
yeah, from the side. The thing is that if I do that, the guy's head will disappear as soon as I move. Yeah, it's a. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, good. Sorry, false alarm. This is better, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. I think it's the. Well, you imagine where the feet should be. If I go up again, there. I went from prone to crouch, and crouch to prone, without standing up. So we that was a major a community request. I think people have been asking for that for a while, but now you can really like that, and then if you decide so. The way it works is
Does it require to be Beethoven with your keystrokes, or
no. Because the prone key, which is by default is Z, overrides the crouch key. Basically. So you can't really, if you're already prone, you can't just hit Control and go back to crouch. You have to get Control and the prone key again to go back to a crouch. Mm-hmm. But it's fairly. I mean, I think honestly, it's intuitive and it makes sense. Yeah. So that you like it's not. See.
Cool.
Yeah, and
because there's nothing worse than
than
you
standing up.
You want
too
to
much.
get a little bit more, getting a little bit more height, and then you stand up and go dead.
I'm going to go and also find something to shoot at where I can see my bullet impacts, because on Tuesday we released a hotfix for the. Kind of nice to see this perspective. It's very looks like a movie. Although the one little inconvenience is that you don't really know where you're going. Doing that.
Yeah, that's
So
nice.
I think I'm gonna go back to this view and say, oh, this is even worse.
Oh no.
Okay, so what is this? No. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay, go. So actually, I should just go back to. There we go. And I'm going to set my rifle to single firing mode. And the does it say actually cone fire update? I think on the most likely on the changelog it probably explains what's going on with the cone fire. Because I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Do you remember?
I don't remember what you're looking for.
Let's. I'm gonna try and find it in the changelog.
Yeah, no, they.
Mhm.
What server are you on right now?
This is a test.
On test, all right.
Yeah, this is
So it's not on live.
so fun fixes. There we go. I'm gonna put this here. So 9th of February. Cone fire tweaked down when aiming. So that's what it is. So
Yeah.
when in precision mode, you'll get less of the crazy cone fire.
Yeah.
Which is what it means is again the way that the muzzle is kind of dancing like that, even when you're in precision aiming. So the way that the new cone fire the kind of path that it has is it's a function, right? It kind of loops, but
It's been toned
picks,
down.
it picks it used to pick a random point on this path, and the randomness was a little bit too much, right? It was a little bit too.
Basically, the weapon is more precise in precise aim mode now. so I think that was one of the big critiques was that it was impossible to use the iron sight suddenly, and it's been toned down.
So I'll just give it a shot on the. I'll turn off recoil. No recoil. So okay. So again, keeping in mind that there's no recoil, that means my gun will not be kicking back. But if you do this now, so this is my cone fire.
That's pretty precise.
Without
actually.
recoil
Is this the ABS?
This is the ABS, yeah.
Oh my god!
Is it too
It's
much?
a monster.
Is it
Best gun in the game.
Well, okay, let's go back a few. How many meters?
Says Rato. Stats. Ah.
Okay, I'm gonna try like at this range. It's fairly far away. So if I get close again, not accounting for recoil, this is your cone fire.
Yeah, that's pretty okay.
You
can easily cover if there's a guy standing in the window and stuff. So that would be fine.
That's like 30 meters.
Yeah, that's pretty precise.
Yeah. So if I enable recoil again, the real actual spray. Like the recoil is hard to control, even if you pull your mouse back, you kind of. So that's more like what you will get.
I think actually one of the things that players usually get confused about is that the cone fire and the recoil are two different things.
Yeah.
That they all play together in forming the accuracy of the.
Because recoil is really your gun kicking back like that, so it goes up.
Yeah.
Really, or sideways depending on where the gravity is.
Exactly.
Show it with the MG42.
Yeah, definitely.
But also one of the things we did was to when you lie down, you go prone, it's much more stable. So automatic weapons should be.
I'm kind of running out of walls. Wait, give me a second. So I'm gonna change. I'm gonna try and change where the sun comes from, because otherwise it's. Let's try this one. That's even worse.
Make more walls. Mr. Gorbachev. Bring
add more walls.
Add more walls. Mr. Putin, add more walls.
Yeah, we're almost there. Just gonna, or I could also just take the metro. I think there's one thing I might mention. By the way, see here, what I'm doing is I'm flying around.
Yeah.
and I'm outside my body, right? This is something we can only do on our test servers. I think sometimes our players think that there's a cheat somewhere around that allows you to do that. No, you can't. You just cannot teleport in this game. So here, like, I have my headless dude because I'm the camera, and the camera is flying around. But I could also just, give him his head back. But still, when I'm free camming around, I'm disembodied, and for example, if I use my debug commands to teleport, I'm going to show it to you because I want you to see this. If I press my teleport, but see what happened? My little guy flew through the air, he jumped, and so if somebody was really like teleporting, if somebody invented a cheat that teleport, you would see them flying through the air. You can't just be invisible and appear somewhere. That's only the spawn protection that does that, and that's the. What I'm saying is that when people say, "Oh shit, he teleported," no. There's no way people can teleport. There's all kinds of things that will look like a guy traveled super fast, maybe because I think a lot of players are a little bit confused when they graduate from skirmishes to the assault.
Yeah,
they don't get that when you capture like further like towards the enemy's objective or access point. If the fight moves away from you and you're still on the enemy side, the front line is like way over there, and you're lurking around a house where the enemies are basically one of the control points where the enemies can spawn, you will see people appear out of nowhere because this house is not contested. I wanted to mention that because I keep running into this question like, how come people can teleport? They cannot teleport
because they actually spawn.
They spawn. And I'll go back to my my little demonstration here. Right. So if I give myself we said a Maschinengewehr 42.
Yep.
What am I doing? Yeah, weapons. And it's number 63. Nope. There it is.
There you go.
So, if I get some distance, I guess, like in the middle of the cornfield here, that would be good. All right, so with recoil,
standing,
and standing. Yeah, that's the thing. With recoil, standing. Actually, that's a good observation. I think if we try it prone, it's not going to be as intense. But so you can see where the bullets are kind of fairly grouped together, but they're just going all the way to the roof.
Yeah.
And again, if I go down on the...
There's also something that there's a... every time you fire the gun, you have like a cone expansion.
Yeah.
And there's also, obviously, there's a contraction on a parameter on the gun as well.
You see the crosshairs move.
Yeah, they fire one shot, the crosshairs go boom, and then there's a timer at a speed which will contract the crosshairs again. And obviously, the faster your gun fires, the less they will actually contract before they expand again, up to obviously a maximum. And that can also be so like very fast firing weapons will just hit the max all the time, and that they will actually stay up there and not contract. Whereas slower fire, rate of fire will actually contract faster into the more precise. So it's not always a good idea to just
max out the rate of fire. Yeah. Because that's the thing, right? Every time you fire a bullet with an auto weapon, it's like somebody's doing that to you. It's like, so imagine if, like, for every bullet you fire, somebody's pushing.
This is just like the pure mechanics on the game. Is that the contraction actually plays a role in this as well, because it brings back the sights to precise mode.
So if I now I don't see where I'm shooting, but
and obviously there's combat badges and there's various things that can you can use to tweak these parameters. Obviously,
again, see about here I started shooting like halfway up the wall, so it's really here in the middle.
Yeah.
But you can see that again, it's a little bit more grouped because I was prone. I was flat on the floor.
I think there's one thing about this is that going combat badge-wise, most people don't use the... there's a lot of people who don't use the...
we were getting told that the time is...
I think it's called Deadeye. I'm not really sure.
Deadeye, that's the one which contracts the...
Yeah. There's several combinations of combat badges would actually counter the recoil and the contraction and all that stuff to make you shoot more precise. And those you should use those together with like automatic weapons, distant automatic weapons,
Especially,
like machine guns, because then your shooting would be much more precise. Obviously, you have to give up your precious heavy-set gold to do that.
But burst firing, like people sometimes think that the MG42 is as imprecise as an SMG, but that's not true. It's super precise.
It actually is.
So it's if you set it to that's true. This one doesn't have single fire though. That's true.
The MT43.
Yeah, that's true. No, and this is the game reminding us that we're taking a lot of time.
Are we running out of time?
All right. So there was one more thing I think that was.
We have the fun fact. We totally missed the fun fact. We totally missed the fun fact.
Should we go and get it
Quickly, because
we can add some time. It's okay.
we can add some time. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna go get the fun fact.
especially these are fun because we get a lot of flame for it, so it's nice, nice and interesting.
Like flame.
Oh yeah, bring on the flames.
Bring on the flame. So this is what is it exactly? Before we show it, what is it?
Last time we started showing some numbers from the game, and that's where it all started. That's where things started. Yeah, we showed the was it? There was a total number of kills.
Total number of kills
total
per
number
weapon.
of kills per weapon. And I think we sort of like decided that we'll try and show some numbers from the game each show.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's up to the interpretation of the numbers to come to any conclusions of what you can use them for. So we'll show them, and hopefully over the time you actually can start to take some of these numbers and then come up with your own conclusions on assessment on is this weapon overpowered or whatever. But it's sort of like the raw numbers we're showing, so they're really hard to actually conclude anything.
Yeah.
It's not a high score list of it's not a leaderboard of best weapons. It's just numbers that show something in the game.
Yeah. But some of these numbers are interesting.
Yeah, but you said the last time when we showed the total number of kills per weapon, it's like obviously the semi-autos were on top because most players have that weapon.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah. The new
let's show it.
so it doesn't show that the semi-autos are
basically
better
it
than the
just
others.
showed how popular the weapons were.
No, not even popular.
No?
It's just the fact that it's the weapon that you start with makes it sure that everybody shoots that weapon and have to kill somebody to actually get the next weapon. So it doesn't actually show anything about other than it's interesting to see it's 5 million kills with the what is the Garand or something. Yeah. That's crazy. That's a crazy number.
Yeah.
So it could say more like some numbers about how used are one weapon compared to the other from a broad perspective. But I think we would like to show some more numbers going forward as well, and you guys can have fun with them on the forums and discussing this and this and this. But please don't use these numbers as a definitive. This weapon is better than the other. Yeah. But you can find some stuff that's interesting in them, which brings us to the new numbers. It is a list. Obviously, our great programmer Oxtan, who again provided some of his precious time on finding some of these numbers for us. These numbers are, and again, this is top level stuff. Average kill range per weapon.
And that's in meters, right?
Yes, that would be meters.
Yeah.
So this actually just shows each weapon at what is the average range that a kill is made with this weapon.
And it's not the median range, it's the average range.
It's the average range, it's not the median.
Because the median would be higher, right?
I have no idea. It would just be different. I don't know.
It would just be different. Because last time
it depends. I
remember I tried to explain it, and it just sounded more.
It depends on what kind of weapon it is.
Yeah, that's true. No, because I'm thinking because the median value is you take all your values from all your players and you find the middle one, right? You find.
What can I explain? You make like groupings actually.
To get a median?
Yeah, put them into groupings.
Okay, so it's like in centiles or in whatever.
You could say like for every 10 meters, how many kills are in 1 to 10, how many from 10 to 20, how many from and then you get the median instead of the average. Okay.
But so here it's just purely the average. So it's every single kill made with these weapons divided by the number of players.
It's just the range, the kill range.
Yeah.
It's actually, it all started this I think a month ago when I was reading one of the threads on the forum, and somebody was discussing their longest kill. What? Somebody's.
Somebody's. It's Robotron.
Yeah. They were discussing a bit about who had the longest sniper kill. Or the longest kill. I was thinking, that would be cool to actually show on the stream, to find somebody who has made a super long sniper kill and just show it in the replay. When I got into the office, Oxen told me we don't record the distance of the kill in the stats. So it's like, oh fuck, and then actually he started putting in. So the next couple of builds, we actually started to record the distance of the kill, and now we have it, and it's fun. 1,000 meters. But now we can actually, and it's actually pretty fun. We have looked into some of the sniper kills, and the thing is that some of them are just really, really boring to look at. The longest ones are like, they're not really. Some of them are super lucky shots and stuff like that. So it's like we need to. I think we need to look through some more of them in order to actually show them here to say this is a really awesome kill from 1,000 meters.
But this one, that's from a long time ago. Should we even?
We can show. Yeah.
Okay, let's show that. This is. I remember seeing that and laughing. I think he's also laughing quite loud in that video. That's from before we added the cool new scopes, so it kind of looks just like it's drawn on top of the. But it's really hard to see. He's tracking. He's gonna spot a guy in the fog, and shoot him from like infinity meters away. But it's. You barely see it. I think he must have he must have turned the contrast all the way up or what.
No, but sometimes you actually see the movement in the pixels on your screen and stuff. Yeah. Sometimes it's actually easier with a little bit lower resolution in the high resolution monitors, which is bizarre, but that's how it is.
So that was the hero Roland. I don't know if he's still around.
I don't know.
I haven't been seeing him for a while. He's annoyingly good.
Okay.
So next,
can we see anything? Can you say anything interesting about these? Other than I think you have to go easy on interpreting anything with the mines because they have funky ranges, funky kill ranges. If you go down in the bottom to see what weapon kills at shortest distance, I would expect the knives to be there. I haven't actually looked at the bottom of the.
Yep.
Yep.
But also how do you pronounce that again? Panzerschreck.
Yeah. The personal
PMQ-40.
Yeah.
So the Soviet mine, it has a narrow cone of damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of like these will the average is the only value, right? Or pretty much.
Well, you could also show the furthest and the closest just to see what the range is, but we didn't do that in these ones. But if you go up again, you will actually see that the weapons are it's pretty much as expected that the bolt actions are on top. These are the ones that produce the longest range, and then you can get the PTRD, which actually is a bit of a drop. You go from the bolt actions to the PTRD, and then there's a 10-meter drop to the semi-autos, and you can say it's only bolt action that are actually long-range kills, and all other weapons are fairly short range.
I'm surprised I didn't see the Sturmgewehr. People can do some fairly good long-range.
Yeah, but that requires some more skill to do that.
Yeah.
So I think
so the average is low.
I think you can count on every weapon that has an automatic mode is used as a CQC weapon as well, instead of the obviously the submachine guns are best at that. But I actually encounter a lot of people running with the MP42 and the Sturmgewehr and make house clearing with those as well. So that's as expected. Obviously,
it's kind of interesting though that you see the average for the 1919 LMG.
Oh yeah,
it's just a little bit above the Maschinengewehr.
Yeah, but it's one of that some people are really mad at the Browning machine gun. Yeah. But again, our stats show that
it's pretty much the same, really.
Yeah, but also our stats actually show that there's a large amount of apparently silent players who enjoy it. I think it's one of those incidents where people who hate it, they hate it, they hate it, and it's crazy hate.
So hate it, no opinion. Like which one?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So it's
So yeah, we should, I guess, wrap it up. So we should rapidly wrap. And that's not happening today, right? I guess not. It would be there otherwise.
It would be there otherwise.
Yeah.
We would.
We would have been informed, I guess.
Yeah.
So now it's the time to not forget anything. Shout outs. We are happy to see that people
I'm
are
told that the Allied web or the US weapons need to get nerfed because they're clearly OP.
definitely.
So
Absolutely.
you say we should make the rangefinder on the 1990 even bigger? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, you mean like it should be like just a big metal plate with a tiny
We
little
should
hole in it.
plug it up.
Yeah.
So that's gonna happen.
They want to see the shirt.
They wanted to see it. So
So instead, I'll just
It Copenhagen Fashion Week actually entered the room.
yeah, that's awesome.
I think you have to lower your gigantic corpus a little bit.
Yeah, but you have to raise your
You're
underwear a little bit. So we want to just say hello to everybody who's streaming on Twitch, and we want to also invite you to follow us on YouTube and on Twitch. Subscribe to our channel. You can also find other players who are streaming Heroes and Generals in the search bar up there on Twitch. We'll also be uploading this episode to YouTube later, so if you missed the beginning, you can watch it again. We basically took a lot of questions from the forum and talked about what's coming in the Bauer update a little bit. We'll go more into reveals, I think, over the next few weeks. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and we'll be back on Friday the 19th next week. So thank you for watching, and thank you for playing. Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice and enjoy your veteran membership.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Sorry.